This episode is sponsored by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro for free at RamseySolutions.com/invest. You're listening to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires, where we talk investing, retirement, building wealth, and outrageous generosity.
Let's go down to hot Atlanta, Georgia. Tammy's there. Tammy, how can we help?
I apologize for my friend Ken.
She chuckled. I heard a chuckle.
That was a pity chuckle. I know a pity chuckle.
That's not a pity chuckle. That was involuntary. It made her laugh, George. See, look, there's more. There's more of it.
She's an easy laugh. How's it going, Tammy?
Oh,
Tammy, how can we
hi
help?
there. Thank you for taking my call.
You bet. What's up?
Well, I moved to Georgia a year ago. I'm actually born and bred in California.
Okay.
I made some big decisions last year. I apparently was following the baby steps before I knew about the baby steps.
That means you have common sense wisdom.
Clear. I'm sorry?
That means you have common sense wisdom.
Yeah.
It's a great sign.
Well, maybe in part.
Uh-oh. I feel like something else is coming.
I own my house free and clear. I have zero debt. I have $25,000 in my slush fund, so I have more than enough for my 3 to 6 months emergency fund.
Okay.
I have $250 that I put in a CD once my stepfather passed, and I put it there because I didn't know what to do with it at the time.
Okay.
So it's sitting there now. My son is a financial advisor. Please don't tell him I called you.
All right, we won't.
He wants me to invest it.
Sounds like a financial advisor to me.
Mm-hmm. Sneaky.
I am perfectly comfortable when it comes to real estate. I've owned 8 properties over time, but investing in the market scares me to death. I am actually considering taking no more than 100 of my 250, and I'd like to consider buying a property in Italy.
Oh.
Reason being is that I've got another 7-10 years working life in me, but my dream is to travel, and I would love to have a home base, and in the next forever, as long as I'm working, I can go there as my home base and travel throughout Europe when I have vacations. And when I do retire, I might find myself with options.
Are you seriously considering living in Italy full time once you retire?
It's a consideration.
Where in Italy? I have to ask.
Central. Northern Italy tends to be more expensive. Mm-hmm. Southern Italy,
Can you buy property in Italy for $100,000?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Cash all the way, or is that a down payment?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I think Ken and I are now considering.
Now, we're not
be
talking
honest
about a
with you.
villa in Tuscany.
Sure.
We're talking more of a townhouse in Abruzzo, okay? But
that's where my mind was going. Glad you brought that up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I've never heard of that place, Central Italy. But it can't be that bad. I bet it's lovely, isn't it?
It's beautiful. The Maiella Mountains, the Adriatic Sea, you're in between the both. It's
So this is a great dream. So what is the dilemma here?
Yeah, what's going on?
I've done all my have-tos. I've been divorced for 13 years. I've raised my children. All of them are doing wonderfully.
Great. Are you looking for permission to pay cash for a house in Italy?
I'm looking to know if I should rather invest $250,000 in the market and not have a piece set aside for my dream. That would be
well. First of all, your dream can happen.
A bad idea.
I don't think there's bad ideas. I just think we need to you're looking at it very black and white, and I think there's a whole lot of gray here. So here's another option. What if you take $100,000, you buy the spot in Italy, and you still have $150,000, and you invest that into the market? Maybe in a taxable brokerage account, into index funds, where you don't have to, it's not a distrust. I mean, it's going to appreciate over the long term if history plays out. And so that's what Dave Ramsey does. I'll tell you that. He loves real estate more than anyone I know. He owns more real estate more than anyone I know.
I'm second in line.
And so if you're second in line, Dave would say, hey, when I get a pile of money, I park it in index funds until I'm ready to buy more property.
George, tell Tammy what the historical return has been in the stock market.
10 to 12%.
Did you hear that, Tammy?
Yeah, but that has not been my experience or the experiences I've known from very close friends.
Well, you have not been investing in the right things.
Have they been, wait. Your close friends, have they been buying stocks, single stocks, and playing that game? Or have they been investing long term?
My background is mortgage banking. And so, of course, we have 401k and all that for the employees. And I had one lady friend who had to put off retiring for 8 years when she was ready to retire because her 401k plummeted. The last year I was working, I just quit last year. I was in California, quit my job, sold my house, blah, blah, blah. But the whole last year that I was working, my 401k was costing me more than I was putting into it.
Yeah, but what's it doing?
Tammy,
What's it doing the last 4 or 5 months? You've been looking at it?
I have no idea because
it's climbed back.
It's climbed all the way back.
You just told me, well, I'm going to buy this property 7 to 10 years out. This is a good investment. So you're a long-term thinker, but not when it comes to the stock market. That's what hurts my brain.
Yeah, but
I'm a scared thinker when it comes to the stock market.
But Tammy, you know what fear is based in? The unknown. You just admitted to us.
I'm not educated. I'm more educated in real estate than I am. Certainly.
I know, but what we're telling you is George just told you.
Sit down with your son. He's a financial advisor.
Have
Say,
him
hey,
show
me the history of the stock market. Show me the history of the S&P 500.
Tammy, your 401k climbed all the way back over the last 4 or 5 months.
In 2022, the S&P 500 was down 18%. Can you guess what it's doing right now in 2023 so far?
Take a guess, Tammy. Give us a number.
I can't even give you a number.
It's over 20% up.
So,
but the thing is what if it goes down?
It's
at the
okay.
time that
You're not gonna.
I
It's
need
fine.
To retire.
You're not cashing out the entire 401k in 1 year, Tammy. You're going to withdraw only what you need. So your $1 million may go down to $800,000 temporarily, but you're not withdrawing $800,000 at a loss. You're going to withdraw $50,000.
Do you own a home right now in the Atlanta area?
Yes.
You did say that. Yeah. What's that worth?
About $375,000.
Yeah. So you sell that when you're going to Italy anyway, and you're just putting that.
No, I'm not while I'm still working. The next 7-10 years, however long that may be.
He's saying 10 years from now.
What I'm saying is when you finally check out 10 years from now, if you go to Central Italy or not, you're selling a house in Atlanta. You're going to be traveling. So that's more money that's going to continue to climb. You're going to be fine.
What's your nest egg today? What are you worth?
$375, $25 in savings, $250 in a CD right now.
Okay.
$650.
Okay, so if I'm in your shoes,
I'm not at $1 million yet. I'm not at $1 million yet.
And that's my thing. Let's increase our net worth.
Seems very frivolous.
Yeah, taking 20% of your net worth and throwing it on an investment property right now, I would not do that.
You have no retirement accounts from all those years in banking?
I do not.
Oh, so
I think it's time to get started.
You didn't contribute back then because you were scared.
Well, initially, way back in the day, it wasn't really a thing. When it started to become a thing, not everybody was involved.
Okay.
It evolved into a thing where mandatory.
Right.
You had to put at least
I understand.
2%.
I understand. All right, here's the deal. I think you should listen to your son.
It's something that's evolved over time. And then there was a period of time I wasn't working because I had 3 children and I had one child with special needs.
Sure.
So I wasn't.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You're in great shape. You have 7 to 10 years to pile up retirement cash. That's what I heard George say. Right, George?
Yeah. I would be piling up cash, start investing now. The best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So let's get started. Don't be scared of the market. You've got a ways to go to get your nest egg to where you can actually retire. So let's focus on that first before we jump to this dream. And you can always just travel and just rent a hotel, rent an Airbnb. You don't have to drop $100,000 to travel.
Ooh, great.
Just another option.
George, you're so smart. I love that.
Like Tammy. I like her.
Yeah, she's great.
Thanks for listening to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires. Need help with your investments? Connect with a SmartVestor Pro at RamseySolutions.com/invest or click the link in the show notes. Ramsey Solutions is a paid non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.